Breaking on 4 News Now at 6, a Spokane Youth Center is being told to shut down. The history of allegations that led to the state's decision.
I'm tracking thunderstorms making their way through the area. I'll let you know if the storms will impact your Memorial Day weekend plans in the First Alert forecast.
Millions have already gotten a jump start on the 3-day weekend. We'll show you how much you can expect to pay at the pump if you're hitting the roads and what to do if your flight gets canceled. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
That is video from the back door of the studios at 4 News Now. Here at 500 West Boone, the holiday weekend kicked off. Heavy rain, thunderstorms across the area. Thanks for joining us. I'm Aaron Luna.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. The big question is, will the rain impact your Memorial Day plans? Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker. She is tracking the thunderstorms tonight, and she has the answer to that question.
And we will be tracking those thunderstorms tonight as well as tomorrow. Here's a look at our radar right now, and these thunderstorms are popping up, intensifying and then dissipating without moving much at all. In fact, we've seen things quiet down considerably in Spokane. The last of a thunderstorm fizzling out over the north central neighborhood earlier this evening. Right now, we've been watching an area of strong thunderstorm activity down around the Rockford area. That is beginning to dissipate and again has barely moved. So these storms are putting down a lot of rain, some small hail, and the potential for up to 40-mile-per-hour gusts. Here's a look at what is left of the thunderstorm from Freeman down through Fairfield. We're still seeing some areas of heavy rain, but are starting to look to new areas of thunderstorm development. Stevens County has been a hot spot today. We've seen some thunderstorms developing there, and we'll continue to see this through the evening. Best thing to do is to keep your radar and weather app handy as you head out this evening, and keep your car windows rolled up as well, because these will continue to develop. Our forecast radar. Here's 10 o'clock tonight. We start to see things taper off, but they never really dry out completely. More showers and possible thunderstorms developing early tomorrow morning. Here's 8 a.m. and that chance continues off and on throughout the day. The best chance for thunderstorms will be in the afternoon. High temperatures getting up into the mid-70s. 70 is our average high. In between these storms, however, we should get some nice dry weather. You just have to be prepared for things to change very rapidly throughout the day. I'll be back with the rest of your Memorial Day weekend forecast. It gets drier. I'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
And Chris, you just mentioned to everyone, make sure you download the 4 News Now weather app right now. Turn on push notifications and you can get the weather alerts that you need straight to your phone, no matter where you are this holiday weekend.
We go now to breaking news. The Department of Health making good on a threat to shut down a local youth facility over allegations including boundary issues and sexual misconduct.
Daybreak is one of the few residential treatment centers in the state that helps teens suffering from mental health and addiction issues. Health officials started investigating Daybreak last March. The staff is accused of failing to cooperate with investigators into youth patient safety. With its license suspended, Daybreak must cease operations immediately and find other facilities for existing patients.
The Department of Health investigated more than 700 facilities last year. Daybreak was the only facility that did not cooperate. 4 News Now first brought you this story last August. Complaints include a staff member hugging a client and using prison sign language to say he loved her. Also, retaliation and bullying of patients. Daybreak can contest the Department of Health's action. Despite being served the notice of suspension, we can confirm Daybreak is still open. And we will have more on this developing story. Look for that tonight on Nightside at 11 o'clock. Well, police are still searching for 2 people accused of robbing a woman in downtown Spokane. Investigators say John Fardner and Mary Spencer are considered armed and dangerous. They say they robbed a woman at gunpoint at the Haven Apartments near 1st and Division yesterday. If you see them, call 911.
We are heading into Memorial Day weekend with many people hitting the roads to enjoy some fun in the sun.
And if you're driving, you might want to fill up your tank after you leave. It all kind of depends on where you live. Here's a look at our local numbers right now in Spokane. The average price per gallon for regular gas is $4.51. In Coeur d'Alene, it's sitting at $3.79. 4 News Now's Natalie Grant is live from a gas station in Post Falls. And Natalie, what are the prices there?
Well, Aaron, I'm here at the Maverick station, just across the border here in Post Falls, where a regular gallon of gas here is $3.65 per gallon. And as you mentioned, that's a 70-cent difference if you were to just drive a couple miles down the road back into Washington. Now, this huge difference is making people question or maybe think twice about where they're filling up their tanks before they're hitting the road this weekend. But here's a little silver lining for you. Prices in both of our states are down significantly from where they were last year. So there's a little bit of a good news. But no matter if you're staying close or heading far away, it's looking like a nice Memorial Day weekend. It's the unofficial start of summer, and people are already taking in the sun and fun at Lake Coeur d'Alene ahead of the Memorial Day weekend.
We just got off the kayaks. That was pretty cool. We were about to go parasailing.
From water to land, there's no shortage of things to do. But even though the sun is out, the lake is still warming up.
I was hoping that it was going to be warm enough we could actually get in the water this weekend, but it's been pretty cold all this week.
Deputy Craig Etherton with the Coeur d'Alene Fire Department says Lake Coeur d'Alene is just 59 degrees.
That's still very cold. That's not a long time exposure in the water.
And despite the cold water temps, Deputy Etherton knows that people will still be out and about. So he's reminding everyone to stay safe.
We want people to be safe when they're out there boating, remembering that alcohol and boating doesn't mix. It's actually, you get more intoxicated quicker when on the water.
And for everyone who is getting on the water for the first time this year, make sure you remember all the rules.
Make sure you know proper boating rules and who has the right of way and who needs to give way, and that makes it much more enjoyable for everybody else.
Making sure everyone has a fun and a safe Memorial Day weekend. Now, it's also important to remember that Memorial Day kicks off the 100 deadliest days of summer here. So if you're on land or on the water, the folks over at the Coeur d'Alene Fire Department want to remind you to plan a sober ride so everyone makes it home safe. Reporting in Post Falls tonight, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
Natalie, thank you. While many are hitting the road this weekend, tens of millions are taking to the skies. AAA saying this weekend could be the busiest at airports since 2005. The increased pressure on airports is raising concerns about the understaffing of air traffic controllers. U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says the FAA has increased hiring efforts, but is still recovering from the pandemic.
Optimal numbers that I'd like us to be at are about 3,000 north of where we are.
United Airlines saying the industry as a whole has done a good job to prepare for summer travel by increasing the number of employees on each shift.
Despite those improvements, with so many full flights, there's still a chance that your flight could be delayed or your luggage could get lost. So it's important to know what to do to get your trip back on track. Be sure to have your airline's map downloaded. Most companies allow you to easily rebook flights for free. Also, if you're waiting in line to rebook, try also calling an agent while you wait, or even try messaging the airline directly.
Still ahead, carrying on a tradition, how some kids are honoring fallen veterans and the significance of those pennies. Next on 4 News Now at 6.
Four News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Saving you green.
I feel like I'm at the law offices of Heap, Pile, and Hoarder.
Yeah, we just started a huge case.
Is it a class action suit against filing cabinets?
And we've made some cutbacks. I didn't want to tell you because, well, I was afraid STC would stop lending to us.
Can I be frank with you? The more transparent you are with us, the better we can restructure loans in your favor. It's like the more real you are with your therapist, the quicker they can help you get over your chipophobia.
Yeah, a lot of people are afraid of chewing gum.
STCU Business. Partner up.
Did somebody turn off the lights?
Don't forget your seatbelt.
This car won't start until you buckle up.
Seatbelt, Grandma. 1 on, 2 on, take up.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
However you say it, it's perfect. Together, we get there.
It's time for amazing spring savings to get your RV, boat, or vehicle ready for summer. This week at Snows Auto. Get the best buys of the year on all your top name brand stereo gear. Plus, get hot buys on custom rims and tire packages, summer window tints, and Bronco truck and Jeep lifts. It's the perfect time to beef up your ride and give your vehicle a fun new upgrade. This week at Snows Auto.
This is how legends are.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $2,500 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Memorial Day weekend is often about time spent with family and friends, but it's also about honoring our fallen veterans.
Local kids of the Northeast Youth Center spent their morning commemorating the service of veterans in our country and learning the significance of the patriotic holiday. They were at Fairmount Memorial Park, and that's where Emily Bloom is now with a closer look at how they paid their respects. Emily.
Kirsten, Aaron, these kids, preschoolers, came out early this morning to pay their respects for the fallen veterans with flags and pennies. This is all in an effort to show the loved ones of these fallen veterans that somebody has come, visited, and paid respect.
Today means that we're here to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our great nation.
It's customary to place flags through cemeteries on Memorial Day weekend.
Okay, Mr. West is going to give you all a flag.
Everybody got a flag?
Yeah.
To see these kids out here is heartwarming and fulfilling.
I want a penny. And as young kids learned the significance of this holiday, they took it 1 cent further.
The penny means that you were there, you paid your respects.
As we honor veterans and those serving, it's never too early to start teaching kids the importance of the holiday, too.
This is our annual trip to the cemetery to pay respect to our veterans, and it's just very fitting for our preschoolers to be here to learn about what Memorial Day is.
One of 3 holidays we celebrate to commemorate the service of veterans to our country. They say it's great education for the children to learn what it's all about.
So we're having a great time because the weather is so nice and the cemetery is beautiful. It's all decked out with all these flags, and the kids are having a fantastic time.
This is a tradition now 5 years in the making of all of the kids who attend the Northeast Youth Center. Only a select few got the invite to come out here, making it very special for them. Now, there is going to be all kinds of events happening over the next couple of days. We have all of those posted up on KXLY.com. Reporting live in Spokane, Emily Bloom, 4 News Now.
Well, our weather will be improving as we get closer to Memorial Day for services, but right now we are watching showers and thunderstorms throughout the entire region, and they're going to be around through Saturday. I'll let you know what to expect after the break.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Cholula Casino is now Mr. Quack Casino Hotel.
Shopping for quality tires but afraid you're paying too much?
You'll find you can trust Perfection Tire for the best deals on Cooper tires and other top quality brands.
Competitive pricing and the best warranties. Nobody beats Perfection.
Unleash your spring adventure by scoring a great rate on a Northwest Motorsport rig. Check out the best selection of lifted trucks, diesel trucks, and adventure-ready SUVs at nwmsrocks.com. Power up your spring journey with Northwest Motorsport.
Coeur d'Alene Casino presents the Core Stars Entertainment Series. Join us as we celebrate our 30-year anniversary with an amazing lineup of the hottest entertainment. See comedian Jeff Foxworthy on Thursday, July 27th. Don't miss an evening with Night Ranger on Thursday, August 24th. Plus, join us for King of the Cage on Thursday, September 14th. For tickets, visit the casino box office or cdacasino.com. Coeur d'Alene Casino, welcome home.
It's the biggest used vehicle sale to hit the Spokane area in years. This week at the Spokane Valley Mall. As multiple dealers and over 400 top quality used trucks, sports cars, and low mileage SUVs are marked down and priced to sell fast. With top dollar offered for all trade-ins and over $2 million brought in to loan out. Plus, you can even roll some dice for a chance to win $5,000. It's the biggest used vehicle sale in town this week at the Spokane Valley Mall.
Ever ask yourself, how do I know when I really need new tires?
You can do the penny test, or better yet, stop by your trusted Perfection Tire and get advice from a professional.
Tire experts and Cooper Tires. Nobody beats perfection.
Of course I know the theme song.
Entertainment Tonight. That's what people want.
It's hard to think of Entertainment Tonight without Oh, I know it.
I mean, come on. Since I was a little kid.
This is Entertainment Tonight. This is the Bible of show business.
Watch 4 News now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Well, this is a live look at the Osprey cam on top of a 70-foot light pole at McEwen Park in Coeur d'Alene. As you can see, that osprey is just kind of hanging out. It's a beautiful nest right there.
It's a good time to just hang out, too.
And
hang out
that's
at
the
the park.
playground.
That's what I want to do, is hang out at the park.
That is our favorite playground in Coeur d'Alene. And when I say our, I mean Gigi. I don't go on the playground.
She's not talking about us. She's talking about her. And
Let's get back to Mama
It
Bird.
looks like she is just hanging out, but like many mothers, she actually has 2 eggs under her that she is tending. So she's working hard.
That is true.
She has her head on a swivel.
Yes, she's
watching.
Waiting for the mister to come back with a fish, no doubt. Here's a look at our radar right now. We have been watching these thunderstorms and the Osprey cam, truth be told, all afternoon, and they are developing and then dying out right where they stand. They are not moving much, practically stationary, fairly short-lived, and but they do develop almost out of nothing. That said, there is a method here, mainly over the higher terrain. These storms are developing and occasionally will develop down in the valleys. We had some pretty good rumbles of thunder around the Spokane area. We were watching an intensifying thunderstorm around the Deer Lake area. We're north of Loon Lake. That only lasted about 15 minutes, and now that is beginning to die down, and these will continue on an increasingly isolated basis as we get into the overnight. 54 for an overnight low. 76 tomorrow. We're going to do it again tomorrow with showers and thunderstorms. In fact, perhaps a little more widespread. So a good idea to keep tabs on your weather app. If you are headed to the mountains, headed out on the lake, be prepared for rapidly changing conditions. Here's a look at our forecast for Saturday, starting off at 5 in the morning. This has been the star of the show all week. An area of low pressure. It's bringing most of the moisture to our east into western Montana. Southern Idaho has had flooding rains, but some of that has been wrapping around that area of low pressure, particularly in the afternoon, and that's what we're going to see tomorrow. Here's 1 o'clock in the afternoon with scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the inland northwest and really throughout the northwestern United States. That's going to be with us through Saturday night. Things will start to quiet down. On Sunday, we'll still see those showers and thunderstorms, but to a lesser extent and mainly over the higher terrain. Here's our forecast radar starting off at our current time. We're going to get a little bit of a break, but nothing really tapers off completely. Looks like the focus overnight may shift to the south, down on the Palouse, south of I-90. Here's 7 in the morning. Then we'll keep those showers and thunderstorms going through the day on Saturday and right on into Saturday evening before things dry out more meaningfully by Sunday morning. Low temperatures tonight will be in the 50s. High temperatures tomorrow in the 70s and 80s, running between 5 and 10 degrees above average. Sunday, a breezy day, just a 10% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Right now, it looks like Memorial Day on Monday will be quiet. Sunny, warm, a little bit of a breeze just so you don't get overheated. And then we've got the possibility of more thunderstorms, mainly over the mountains, developing the middle of next week, but high temperatures staying above average through the 7-day forecast. Aaron?
Chris, thank you. And many of us, hopefully, are going to be soaking up some sunshine this weekend, but where we live could actually work against us.
Now, new research shows many cities across the country are creating their own clouds. New at 6 tonight, meteorologist Matt Gray looks at how this is affecting Spokane and Coeur d'Alene.
Well, it's not an Osprey cam, but hopefully that has piqued your interest a little bit. We talked before about the urban heat island effect, how the roads and the concrete of a city will keep it a lot warmer than the countryside around it. But did you know that this effect can also make more clouds? Urban heat creates rising air above a city. It draws in moisture, concentrating cloud formation right over that little hot spot. Now, earlier this month, a new study published by the National Academy of Sciences looked at 447 U.S. cities and found this urban cloud enhancement basically over all of them, including ours. Now, in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, we see the most urban enhanced clouds, that's what we're going to call them, during summer nights. All of that asphalt and concrete holds on to that summer heat, which keeps the clouds popping up in that warm and dynamic summer atmosphere that continues through the night. Now, during the day, there's almost no urban cloud enhancement that they found. This is likely because our mountains, well, they heat up during the day too, and in the lower atmosphere, that'll even out the temperatures, and so you see a lot of less rising air compared to the surroundings over the city. So unless it's a night urban heat, not going to steal your sunshine. That's probably good news here as summer approaches. But then there's winter. Now, this study showed that for mountainous cities, including ours, there's a little bit more daytime cloud cover in the winter. We're pretty used to that. We're pretty cloudy anyway. So as you can see on your screen, the percentage of change is not that much. But a lot of other nearby cities like Missoula, Wenatchee, Boise, they're actually seeing a little bit more of a noticeable difference. So that brings us to what I think the takeaway is going to be from this research. As we head into winter, if you get the winter blues like me, maybe getting out of town can help you get some vitamin D or just lift your mood a little bit.
Important information. Thank you, Matt. And if you want to learn more about how the weather works and get a dose of science to your inbox, subscribe to the Brainstorm newsletter. You'll get all this, plus a forecast to help you plan your week or your weekend. You can sign up right now at KXLY.com.
Deal or default, time is running out for lawmakers to raise the debt ceiling. What each side says is standing in the way of an agreement. Next on 4 News Now at 6.
And before we go to break, we have partnered with STCU to celebrate the class of 2023 as they prepare to enter the next chapter of their lives. Meet Rachel Wickham from Bridge Academy. Her family tells us she has overcome so many obstacles over the last few years. They also say she helps take care of her younger siblings, all while working a full-time job.
And this is Gage Embry from East Valley High School. We're told Gage has a heart of gold, and his parents tell us it's an honor to have him as a son, watching him grow, accomplishing his goals, and living his dreams. You can celebrate your graduating senior by submitting a photo of them on KXLY.com for the chance to win a $50 gift card and be featured right here on 4 News Now.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Welcome to Coeur d'Alene Honda, home of the lifetime warranty.
Well, hi. Hey, I'm looking for a new Honda, but I heard some dealers are charging outrageous prices.
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we're not doing that. With us, it's business as usual.
That's a relief.
And we include a lifetime warranty at no additional cost.
We are a family-owned dealership, and our reputation is far more valuable than overcharging our customers.
We want to be here for you today, tomorrow, and in the future.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Call today for our available inventory and check out our website at cdahonda.com.
You filming?
Yep.
Try rolling your wrist, dude.
You gotta focus on balance.
You should switch to sledding. I'm gonna block him. Good idea.
Don't forget stick work. Hustle's paying off.
Next week
week on GMA, the Sharks are here for you. Mark, Robert, Barbara, Damon, with real strategies on how you can be successful and get the best deal with real estate.
Are you ready to swim with the Sharks?
Shark-proof your life on Good Morning
America. If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh, wait, there is.
Bring your friends.
Good Morning America. GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
This Memorial Day weekend, the 1 cent tent event is on at Foothills Mazda. 1 cent down delivers any new or used vehicle, and 1 cent fills the tank with gas. Only at Foothills Mazda. Bad credit? Don't sweat it. All applications accepted. Check out the specials under the tent. Many vehicles under 20 grand. The 1 cent tent event. Today through Monday, only at Foothills Mazda. Just east of Division on North Foothills Drive.
Ford News Now is brought to you by Washington's Lottery and Hit 5.
Around the nation, time is running out for the White House and Republicans to reach a deal to raise the debt ceiling.
Today, the U.S. Treasury Secretary extending the deadline to June 5th, saying if they don't raise the deal, it will cause severe hardship. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest on the negotiation efforts.
With the debt ceiling deadline quickly approaching, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says progress is being made, expressing optimism that negotiators will reach a deal in time to avert a U.S. default.
I'm going to work as hard as we can to try to get this done, get more progress today, and finish the job. I'm a total optimist.
But rank-and-file members have been criticizing their own party leaders, including members of the House Freedom Caucus, who have been urging McCarthy not to make any concessions. When asked about the pushback, McCarthy defended the ongoing debt ceiling talks.
I'm not concerned about anybody making any comments right now about what they think is in or not in. Whenever we come to an agreement, we'll make sure we will first brief our entire conference.
Republicans are demanding steep spending cuts in exchange for raising the debt ceiling, saying there should be a spending cap for the next decade and stricter work requirements for some federal programs like food stamps. President Biden has objected to much of the Republicans' proposals, but signaled he's open to some, like rescinding billions of dollars of unused COVID-19 funds.
The only way to move forward is with a bipartisan agreement.
While most lawmakers are now out of town for Memorial Day recess, the Treasury Department is warning a default could halt payments to veterans and Social Security benefits and lead to another recession. Despite that, the White House admitting there is no plan B. The Deputy Treasury Secretary on CNN today.
I don't have any confidence that we have the ability to be able to do a type of prioritization that will mean that all seniors, all veterans, all Americans get paid.
McCarthy says he hasn't spoken directly to President Biden in at least the last 24 hours, but he says he believes both sides are knowledgeable and negotiating in good faith. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
We have much more coming up tonight at 6:30.
Including giving you a bird's eye view of what is described as the crown jewel of the rail-to-trail conversion. Plus,
a near 20-year-old court battle in Priest River comes to an end. Why the Supreme Court's ruling could have a massive impact after the break.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Hit the ground running in the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet. Like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport, or the Ridgeline, made more rugged with better off-road performance, and more capable with different driving modes available to conquer snow, mud, and sand. Adventure on in the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
It's the Walker's Furniture and Mattress Holiday Sale, where you can save more and get more on Serta iComfort Eco and Beautyrest Black Hybrid mattresses, including no-interest financing with no money down, plus big savings on Purple.
This week at Walker's.
When you do interviews like this, you always wonder what it's going to be like looking into the eyes of a killer. But Wendy doesn't look or act like any of the killers I've talked to. Why did you decide to do this network interview?
2020, tonight on ABC.
Performance. It's what powers the 2023 family of Mazda CUVs. With standard iActive all-wheel drive and an available turbo engine. Helping you take performance further.
With effortless power and the reliability of iActive all-wheel drive, Mazda CUVs are built for the Pacific Northwest. Take a test drive today at Foothills Mazda or shop now at SpokaneMazda.com.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
We're taking a live look over a soaked downtown Spokane where a thunderstorm quickly dumped a bunch of rain and just kind of cleared out within the last hour.
And if it did stop raining, that is where you are, just be ready because things are changing rapidly. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker in the First Alert Weather Center to see where these thunderstorms are headed, Chris.
Well, the interesting thing about these thunderstorms is they've been remaining almost stationary. They develop, stay where they are, and then fall apart. And that's what has happened to the thunderstorms around the Rockford area. Things have really tapered off there. Now we're watching some development just south of Spangle, also around the Cheney area, up around Ford, into Liam. We've had some thunderstorm development there. Right in Spokane, it's fairly quiet for the time being, but that may not be the case for the rest of the night. We have a chance of thunderstorm development throughout the night. Now, here is a broader view on our satellite and radar. There's a little bit of a counterclockwise rotation with these storms, but again, they are barely moving, developing along this line of instability and then tapering off. And we are going to see this continue to a lesser extent as we get into the overnight. We'll dry out a little bit, but not completely. There's at least a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms overnight, and then things will re-intensify as we get into tomorrow afternoon. Here's a look at your Saturday planner. High temperature of 76 degrees. Our average high is 70. If your plans take you into the hiking trails, the mountains, the lakes, keep an eye to the sky because these storms do develop quickly. The main hallmark with these storms, very heavy rain, but they're also producing some cloud-to-ground lightning as well as small hail. Aaron?
That's good to know. Thank you, Chris. In a landmark decision, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of an Idaho couple who have battled for years to develop a piece of property next to Priest Lake.
The High Court ending a 16-year legal battle, concluding that the EPA has overstepped. Our Jordan Smith joins us in studio tonight to explain this decision and what it means moving forward.
Well, this decision is a major win for landowners, but will deal a significant blow to wetlands protections, which are already significantly under threat. Now, this ruling eliminates the EPA's oversight on wetlands and makes it more challenging to combat pollution. In a legal battle stretching back to 2007, the Sackett family now has the green light to develop a home on their property, which has been classified as a wetland.
The Sacketts now, as a result of the finding of the Supreme Court, would be able to proceed with their home building project without seeking a federal permit, without going through this incredibly long, extensive, and expensive process to get a permit from the government.
The EPA argued that there was a body of water beneath the property that connected to Priest Lake. Developing that land would pollute that waterway and, in turn, pollute Priest Lake. But on Thursday, justices ruled that the EPA was overreaching, stating that the Clean Water Act only protects wetlands with a continuous surface connection, meaning these bodies of water have to have a nexus or be connected above ground, a ruling that Spokane Riverkeeper Jerry White says is a major step backwards.
This ruling, in my opinion, is trying to drag us back to the dark ages.
Wetlands serve as a vital component of the ecosystem, filtering out pollutants that run through them and assisting with flood regulation. They're often referred to as the kidneys of the earth.
And it needs to be known that those wetlands are critical even to river health. They bank water, they archive water, and they contribute that clean water then to our river and our waterways in a way that's healthy.
White believes there's also a lack of logic being applied. With many wetlands being connected underground, he argues that this is a fast track to destroying waterways unless new measures are taken.
Wetlands in particular may be separated by small land masses, but in fact, the water freely flows between these systems. Very common chemical pollutants will flow right through, whether that has a slight land mass over the top or not.
Now, in the meantime, White suggests that the public stays educated on how waterways work and how to keep them clean. He noted that planting a wide strip of vegetation to filter out pollutants or becoming cognizant of the chemicals we're putting into the water is a good first step. In studio tonight, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Jordan, thank you. Concerts at the Pavilion are back on this summer. The first of the show of the season starts tomorrow evening. There are 9 acts booked through the summer, starting with Lord Huron tomorrow, then Incubus at the end of July. You can buy tickets now for any of these shows, including Billy Idol, which was just announced this week. Riverfront Park programming manager says more shows could be added.
We don't announce our concert schedule all at once. We announce it throughout the year, usually starting in the winter. And so there could be a few more shows added to this season of 9 that we already have on the books.
If you want to know more, including parking and what you can and cannot bring into the Pavilion, find this story. It's on KXLY.com.
New at 6:30. This video of moments after a man opened the emergency door mid-flight in South Korea is all over social media today. The incident sent several people to the hospital. ABC's Tim Pulliam explains what we know about the man who opened that door and how passengers closest to the door reacted.
Shocked and windblown, passengers on this Asiana Airlines flight to South Korea getting pummeled by strong winds after police say a man opened this emergency exit row door just as the pilot announced the plane was landing. About 850 feet above ground, according to an airline spokesperson. The 33-year-old man was traveling alone, according to authorities, and police have not said why he felt compelled to open the exit door. But they did say there were no signs he had been drinking. Witnesses say passengers pinned the man down as the plane landed safely.
It was about 800 feet off the ground. It's preparing for a landing. The pressure outside really begins to equalize with the pressure inside the aircraft, making it much easier to open that door in the final seconds of flight.
12 people were sent to the hospital suffering from breathing problems and other minor injuries. The passenger was arrested on suspicion of violating aviation security law. If convicted, he faces up to 10 years in prison. Tim Pulliam, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The NBA draft is nearly a month away. A former Gonzaga player has gained interest from one of the best teams in the league. That's coming up next in sports.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap and Associates.
Invest in community. Make new friends. When you live local, you support the people who make Spokane great. Shop now at livelocalinw.com.
Big shooting! Are you filming?
Yep.
That's a good one. You kind of have to be able to see my feet. I'll post it.
Try rolling your wrist, dude.
And I'll put my weight on the back, especially my outside foot. Balance is key.
So is stick work.
Mom, I'll be up front. You should switch to sledding.
They should switch to being helpful. I'm a blocker. Good idea.
Keep your eyes up, man.
Try to keep the control on your weight going forward. Weight open.
Nice snap.
Tap, tap. Get that power.
That's what's paying off.
Come on, hustle back. Hustle back. Come here. You go out. Next step. Finish. Go. Come here. Come on. Come on.
Unleash your spring adventure by scoring a great rate on a Northwest Motorsport rig. Check out the best selection of lifted trucks, diesel trucks, and adventure-ready SUVs at nwmsrocks.com. Power up your spring journey with Northwest Motorsport.
This is Dan. Dan is digging a tunnel.
Dan really wants to attend the MLB All-Star Week at T-Mobile Park, so Dan is digging. Too bad no one told Dan about the $5 Hit 5 ticket from Washington's lottery. Each purchase comes with a chance to win one of 14 MLB All-Star Week prize packages. But Dan doesn't know that, so Dan is digging. Good luck, Dan. You might want to hurry. Or go get a $5 Hit 5 ticket from Washington's lottery.
Duggar family secrets revealed.
It's like the epitome of evil.
Next, Inside Edition, the shocking new documentary about the controversial Mega family.
Breaks my heart to think about the girls.
Then, the graduating class of 2023. The special moments in their lives that you'll never forget. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Here's what people are clicking on most at KXLY.com. A moose decided to pay a visit to Selkirk Middle School in Liberty Lake. The school district shared this photo along with the caption, "Central Valley School District is where everyone belongs, even a moose." Fish and Wildlife say if you spot a moose near your home, don't go up to them. They will typically just move along if they're left alone.
That would be my reaction too. Some voters in Florida got a jump start on their Memorial Day weekend because they were treated to this view of dolphins. The captain of the boat says they saw about half a dozen dolphins. Woo, that's fun. Made everyone's day out on the water. What a fun day. Yay, Friday.
Yay, Friday indeed. Here is a look over Friday evening in downtown Spokane. Right now we're dry, but boy, you can see the showers in the distance, a few crepuscular rays coming through the clouds, and we are still going to see those hit and miss showers and isolated thunderstorms through the evening. If you're heading out for a Friday night dinner or for some fun, roll up your windows when you get to where you're going. Even if the skies are clear above you, that might not be the case for long, as they are finding out in Cheney and down also all along the Palouse. We're seeing some showers and thunderstorms developing parts of Stevens County and Pend Oreille County as well, and those will continue this evening. However, we do have some drier weather coming in your Memorial Day weekend forecast. Tomorrow will likely be the showeriest of the days. Sunday, if you're heading to the mountains or the lakes, there's still a good chance you're going to run into a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon. And then right now, it's looking like Monday, Memorial Day, is going to be dry, maybe a bit breezy, but that will just cool things off with highs in the 80s. Let's take a look at our forecast radar. I'll take you through Monday morning, and this is starting off Saturday morning. And our latest computer models want to keep the wet weather tomorrow morning down on the Palouse in general south of I-90, but that will not be the case for long. As we go through the morning, we'll see more showers rotating through the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Here is 5 o'clock on Friday evening with showers and embedded thunderstorms throughout the entire inland Northwest. That'll taper off a little bit as we get into Saturday night and Sunday morning, but it will not come to a complete end. Then we have more wet weather through North Idaho Sunday morning. Mainly mountain showers and thunderstorms during the day on Sunday. It will be the drier of the two weekend days, but we will not rule out an isolated shower in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. By Monday morning, we dry out quite a bit more significantly, get a little bit of a breeze going, and see some more sunshine. Here's a look at our temperature trend over the next 7 days. The white line is average. We're going to be above average through the 7-day forecast. A little bit of a roller coaster there, but we are going to see above average temperatures through the first week and a half of June. In fact, we're even the even darker shade of red right there in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and above average precipitation, a combination you do not see very often in June, which makes me think we're going to be watching a lot more thunderstorms over the next couple of weeks. Again, Saturday, the stormiest of the weekend days, with things drying out as we head toward Monday. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. Well, it's only Memorial Day weekend, but travel experts are already looking ahead to how travel this summer is going to look after 3 years of the pandemic.
This is going to be the first summer of travel where we'll see more capacity available for travelers domestically than pre-pandemic. Prices are down about 20% from this time last year, which is great news for travelers.
While the cost of airfare is down for the summer, hotels are about 10% pricier than last year on average. Economists say it's because of rising demand for vacations. So if you're ready to plan your trip, here's some tips to help you save some money.
Most of June and July will be packed with travel. So if you can push your vacation off to late August or even early September, you can save both money and some time with those long lines at airports.
Also, avoid the expensive weekends if you can. Traveling on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday can save $50 to $100 per ticket. It's Friday, and that means it's time for another Air 4 adventure.
Today is a special day for us here at 4 News Now because it has been exactly 6 years since we got our hands on the Air 4 drone. Here's a photo of our chief photojournalist, Brian Belanger.
He's so happy.
That was when we got the drone in the mail.
How many times have we crashed it, though, is the question.
We don't speak of that. Since then, Brian has been giving us these stunning views of everything from the Centennial Trail to what was once the world's largest waterfall.
And tonight we're giving you a bird's eye view of what is described as the crown jewel of the rail to trail conversion. Let's go for a ride over Hiawatha that reopened today.
Welcome to Hiawatha. The Hiawatha is America's most scenic rails to trails conversion. You've got condensed into a 15-mile, mostly downhill path. You've got 7 sky-high trestles, 10 tunnels, 9 of the tunnels which you ride through. And the first one, which you see here, is the Taft Tunnel. It's 1.661 miles long, and it is dark. Some of the tunnels are curved, most of them are straight. Some of them are reinforced with cement, and others are just naturally left the way they were chipped out of the earth.
In St. Louis, we do a lot of bike riding on rails to trails, but let me just say, there's nothing like this there. It was terrific between the tunnels and the trestles. Wow. We rode this about 17 years ago, so not long after it opened, so we wanted to come back.
Well, I think some of the history is what I find really interesting, and the scenic beauty. So when you get up on top of Kelly Creek Trestle, which is the longest trestle, and it's also the highest at 230 feet up, you're able to look way up a valley and know that there was a mill at the far end. They built this railroad back in the day to harvest all the virgin timber that was here. This was known as the most beautiful section of railroad in the country when it was first established back in 1909.
Oh, it's just gorgeous.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Don't miss the Northwest Spa Sale in Spokane. Save up to 50% off hundreds of hot tubs and swim spas. Easy, low-rate financing. The Northwest Spa Sale at Spokane's Northtown Mall ends Memorial Day. NWSpaSale.com. NWSpaSale.com. Make your outdoor grilling experience one to remember at your locally owned Ace Hardware, where you'll find top brands like Traeger and Weber. Our friendly neighborhood experts will help you find everything you need, including the right fuel to light your fire. We've got a large selection of accessories like covers and utensils, rubs and sauces, and everything you need to enjoy your outdoor space. So come see us at Ace. With service so good, it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Did you know that Banner Furnace and Fuel is a locally owned propane company? That's important because it means consistent pricing. No games, no gimmicks, and no hidden fees. You can relax knowing that a propane quote from Banner is what shows up on your bill. No hazmat fee and no delivery fee. That's why people really trust Banner. So go ahead, compare your winter heat bill, and then call Banner for your propane quote. Banner Furnace and Fuel, locally owned for over 90 years.
My dad has dementia, Alzheimer's. The major issue that we face as a multi-generation family is what is the care for the caregivers, especially for the younger generation. Walk Cares will provide peace of mind that when you need some time off to take care of yourself while taking care of the family, for people of color, for minority communities who are already shy of asking for help. When they need it, it's out there, it's available, and it's easy to go ask for help.
Get the biggest savings of the year on all of your top name brand stereo gear and give your vehicle better sound for summer during the amazing spring savings event at Snow's Auto.
No one beats our prices or service. I guarantee it.
Claim your keys or cash this Saturday. Tooele Casino is now Missisquoi Casino Hotel. This Saturday, you could win this 2023 Chevrolet Trailblazer or $25,000 cash. All this week, play your favorite games with your Sun Club card to earn entries to win. The more you play, the more chances you have to win. Prize drawings begin this Saturday starting at 5 p.m. with cash winners drawn every 30 minutes with a grand prize drawing at 9 p.m.
Diamonds and Dreams is proudly sponsored by AutoNation Chevrolet in the Spokane Valley.
Well, a former Gonzaga basketball player could join one of the premier NBA teams. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. Gonzaga forward Julian Strother had a pre-draft workout for the Golden State Warriors today. The Warriors have the 19th pick in the first round of the NBA draft, which is higher than where Strother has been projected. A number of mock drafts have Strother going in the second round of the draft, but Strother's shooting ability fits the Warriors' play style. Golden State has been one of the top three-point shooting teams over the last few years, and Strother says there are many similarities between Gonzaga and Golden State, which could make him the perfect fit for the Warriors.
High-powered offenses, a lot of transition, a lot of threes. So, coming from Gonzaga, I feel like there's a lot of similarities, and just even the way, playing the right way, playing for your team and not for yourself. Always making the extra pass. I mean, that's something that when you watch a Warriors game, you can tell that all the guys are looking out for each other and just trying to play winning basketball. So that's kind of how we play at Gonzaga as well.
Strother plans to stay in the NBA draft and not return to school before that May 31st deadline. But he also expects big things from Gonzaga next season.
I think everything looks really good. Obviously getting Ryan Nembhard was huge. Graham Mike he's special. Just watching the film on him, he looks really good. And, I know my guys that's coming back, Nolan, Ben, all them, B Huff gets to get on the court, June gets to get on the court. I feel like, it's a special group. And they'll definitely be able to win games. I don't doubt that at all.
The NBA draft is set for June 22nd. Washington State basketball player Miles Rice was named the Student Athlete of the Year at the Black Student Athlete Summit in Los Angeles. The award is given to the athlete who demonstrates excellence on their campus. Rice was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma last year, causing him to miss the basketball season. Rice became cancer-free in March and used this platform to give positive inspiration to the WSU community. And the Seattle Mariners are looking to extend its 4-game winning streak tonight. They are hot right now. Seattle is hosting the Pittsburgh Pirates for a 3-game series. A win tonight would give the Mariners 5 in a row, which would be the longest win streak of the season so far. George Kirby, who is 3-1 on the season, is on the mound tonight for Seattle. And first pitch is scheduled for 7:10 p.m. from T-Mobile Park in Seattle. That'll wrap us up for sports.
Julian, thanks so much. Well, a report from the Navy on the notoriously grueling Navy SEAL selection course that has led to injuries and hospitalizations.
Including the tragic death of one of their own. ABC's Martha Raddatz has more.
It is a devastating report. Highly critical of Navy SEAL training, the review found that in recent years, the selection process had grown to unacceptable levels, with little medical oversight, poor leadership, and overzealous and inexperienced instructors focused on weeding out candidates, hunting the back of the pack, rather than trying to foster teamwork. One commander blaming this generation of SEAL candidates for having less mental toughness. The review followed the death of candidate Kyle Mullen in February of 2022. The former Yale football captain collapsed and died just hours after successfully completing so-called Hell Week. His medical check after the course showed his lungs were deemed abnormal and his legs so swollen he was sent to the barracks in a wheelchair. But once at the barracks, while struggling to breathe, there were no medical personnel available on site. And when fellow candidates finally found a duty officer, the report says the provider insisted care wasn't needed.
From our perspective, many people were involved. Many people tried to cover up, committed wrongdoings, and accountability has not come. We've been waiting for a year and a half almost at this point since my brother passed, and no one has gotten in trouble.
The Navy has made changes to the course already, and multiple Navy personnel may be subject to accountability. But the list of recommendations in the report is long and detailed, to include improved screening, training and evaluation of instructors, broader testing for performance-enhancing drugs, and more safety and medical training to help spot candidates who might be at medical risk.
We want to make sure people are getting adequate care and not being left to die on the ground. We just need medical to look at these guys. It's utterly pathetic that they weren't being taken care of.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
I'm Mark Peterson with important information from AARP and BECU. Every year, over 800,000 Washingtonians perform a huge labor of love, caring for elderly parents, spouses, and other loved ones, allowing them to remain at home where they want to be. Whether it be providing transportation, managing medications, or just helping with everyday activities, caregivers play a very important role in the well-being of loved ones. AARP and BECU are here to help with a new campaign, Caring for Caregivers. For tips, tools, and resources, visit this website.
It's the Walker's Furniture and Mattress Holiday Sale, where you can save more and get more on the new Serta iComfort Eco and Beautyrest Black Hybrid mattresses. Or get special 5 years no-interest financing with no money down, including big savings on Purple. And get more, like up to $300 in free furniture and a $100 gift card with purchase.
Today through this Monday at Walker's.
The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival returns to Pend Oreille County June 17th and 18th. Discover the rich history, folklore, and mystery, from Sasquatch-themed crafts to Bigfoot merchandise. A 5K fun run and plenty of food. This event is guaranteed to leave you amazed and entertained. Hear from the country's foremost experts about their Bigfoot sightings, or sign up for the Presenters Dinner and talk to them firsthand. The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival. For tickets and information, go to mfbigfoot.com.
Unleash your spring adventure by scoring a great rate on a Northwest Motorsport rig. Check out the best selection of lifted trucks, diesel trucks, and adventure-ready SUVs at nwmsrocks.com. Power up your spring journey with Northwest Motorsport.
You expect more from local news. 4 News Now delivers.
It's to get you the information you need to plan your day.
We begin with breaking news, and the breaking news you need to keep your family safe.
That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Life, it doesn't stand still, and neither do you. And wherever you go, we're with you. We're Global Credit Union, formerly Alaska USA. For 75 years, enriching the lives of members and guiding them on their financial journeys, giving them the confidence to not just follow their dreams, but to chase them. The future? We're on it. Let's get there together. Global Credit Union. On we go.
4 News Now is brought to you by wogrant.org.
Breaking news, Daybreak, the Spokane Youth Center that's being told to shut down, has announced it is appealing the health department's decision.
Daybreak Youth Services calling the order vindictive. The health department telling the center to close over allegations including sexual misconduct. We'll have more on the state's decision and what other local shelters are staying. That's on Nightside at 11 o'clock.